Sabbac.
DC has blessed our eyes with many iconic battles, with numerous supervillains and heroes struggling to take the win against all odds. With the universe at stake in various instances, we see many hang their lives in the balance. You must have heard of the fight between Black Manta and Aquaman, as well as Superman and Batman. Interestingly, the battle between Dr. Fate and Sabbac in BlackAdam is nothing short of epic. What's the story behind the fight? What sort of powers were showcased? Who was laid to rest at the end? Fasten your seatbelt and let's dive into the details of one of the best combats of a lifetime. Dr. Fate is a DC superhero and powerful sorcerer that fights evil entities. He is seen as one of the strongest Earth magic users in the DC universe, and thanks to his many mystical artifacts, many deem him impossible to put down. Giving him powers beyond imaginable is the Helmet of Fate, arguably topping the list of the universe's strongest artifacts of magic. The wearer gets access to a large number of spells that he can cast and perform magic. He also has an amulet of Anubis, which allows him to communicate with spirits and put a call to the deceased. It also gives him what he needs to conceal his presence or trap strong beings. Doc Fate also has a superhuman ability, a Staff of Power, Globes of Power, an Orb of Nabu, a Cloak of Destiny, and an ability to elongate his life, among others. Sabbac is a DC supervillain with demonic powers. He has intense power and excellent stamina. When it comes to reflexes, agility, and speed, expect him to top the radar. Also included in his strengths are supersonic flight, evil wisdom, and immense healing abilities. He is capable of releasing fire with his hands or mouth, and that is achieved when he says Sabbac. His name is basically an acronym for all the demons from whom he gets his power. We have Satan, Aim, Belial, Beelzebub, Asmodeus, and Kratos. On saying Sabbac, the host gets transformed into a giant, powerful and muscular demon. On approaching Sabbac in BlackAdam in an attempt to stop him, Doc Fate called himself a sorcerer, agent of the Lords of Order, and defender against darkness and chaos. However, he revealed that his powers were not enough to bring down Sabbac. Using a magical force field to surround the fighting arena, he made certain that members of the JSA could not face Sabbac and that his premonition about Hawkman's death was avoided. He went ahead to fight Sabbac on his own while simultaneously waking Adam from his sleep and releasing him. While getting beaten by Sabbac, he connected to Adam and said he was the only one who could stop the demon. While he agrees that Adam is empowered to bring the world to its ruin, he believes that he can also save it. He got through to Adam, who fought through his chains, and against the cops who tried to stop him. Before he could reach it, Sabbac landed a killing blow on Dr. Fate. The energy dissolved, and the JSA members rushed in and met Dr. Fate's defeat. All of him, except the Helmet of Fate, disintegrated and disappeared. Enraged, the JSA members attempted to bring Sabbac to his knees, but failed. Fortunately, Adam arrived before they faced the same fate as Doc Fate. Before diving into Adam's fight with Sabbac and how he saved the world, let's take a quick journey through what led to this fight. Should you not know, BlackAdam is a superhero movie released in 2022 as number 11 on the DC Extended Universe film list. Featuring Dwayne Johnson as BlackAdam, the movie is a sequel to Shazam. The story leading to the fight between Dr. Fate and Sabbac dates back to 2600 BC, basically about 5,000 years ago. It started with Kondak's ruling by an oppressive king known as Acton. In his quest for power, he turned his people into slaves and made them suffer in search of a rare crystal called Eternium that'll bring the powerful crown of Sabbac to life. To put an end to the king's tyranny, one of the slave boys led a revolt to bring down Aktan. On realization, he was made Kandak's champion by the Council of Wizards, who bestowed upon him Shazam, the power of the Egyptian gods. The boy ensured Aktan was laid to rest and that his reign was nothing but history. Pretty ironic, if I must say. Anyway, we all know humans have a history of digging up the past and waking the old, and the archaeologist Adriana Tomaz didn't hesitate to be the retainer of this culture in BlackAdam. When Kahndaq faced similar oppression thousands of years later, although by a criminal gang and not a king, Tomaz decided to seek the help of Ishmael, Samir, as well as Karim, her sibling. Together, they sought the crown of Sabbac, and on finding it, were stopped in their tracks by the inner gang whose leader, Ishmael, wants to have the crown. In the battle for its possession, Samir was killed, and the archaeologist happened to recite an incantation to wake Kahndaq's champion, who she wrongly thought to be Adam. Nonetheless, Adam put an end to the lives of almost all the inner gang members, but that was before he got hit by an Eternium rocket that put him out for a while. When Amanda Waller heard of the occurrence, she concluded that Adam should be apprehended and got in touch with the Hawkman for help. Alongside Cyclone, Dr. Fate, and other members of the JSA, Cart Hull decided to halt Adam's intervention. Meanwhile, Adriana Tomaz has a son called Eamon, who believes Kahndaq's champion to be Adam. Adam, of course, refuses to acknowledge that, but Eamon doesn't give up. He went ahead to induce a fight against the inner gang troop, leaving Adam no choice but to come in and bring the members to their knees. The Justice Society of America intervened and tried to put an end to Adam's damages. While he escaped to what's left of the Tyrant King's palace, Adriana was asked by the JSA to release the crown of Sabbac. At first, she refused, but that was before she was told that Adam was the killer that caused most of the destruction that befell Kahndaq and never was a savior. When Ishmael caused Karim harm, he went after Eamon, in whose hand the crown is. On the other hand, the JSA and Adriana try to make Adam realize that he can also be Kahndaq's hero, and in the midst of that, Eamon informs them of the situation. Adam tried to save Eamon, but Ishmael got a hold of him and kidnapped him. Hawkman came in, laid his hand on two members of the troop, and Adam got them to reveal their hideout. They found the crown of Sabbac, where Eamon kept it hidden, and decided to hand it over so Eamon would be released. Adam spoke to Hawkman about what really happened 5,000 years ago. He revealed that Hurit, his son, was Kahndaq's hero who tried to kill Aktan. Since it was impossible to cause Hurit harm, the tyrant went after his family and had them killed. Before getting the best of Adam, Hurit bestowed his powers upon him, and on losing them, he got killed. Mad, Adam went on a killing spree and brought destruction to the palace. He was then captured and locked up with the magical crown. On meeting Ishmael, he called himself a true King Aktan descendant to whom the throne belongs. While he got the crown, he didn't keep his promise to release Eamon. Instead, he shot him and wore the crown. Who's surprised? Definitely not me. Enraged, Adam brought the hideout to ruin and ended Ishmael's life. And is that it? You wish. Of course, Ishmael didn't die. Interestingly, he ensured he was killed by Adam with the crown on his head, so he'd come back to life as Sabbac and own the throne. And yes, Dr. Fate went up against him to ensure his premonition about Hawkman's death doesn't come through. He was killed, as explained above. But what I haven't mentioned is how Adam came to the rescue once again. On his arrival, he faced Sabbac, but couldn't have the upper hand as Sabbac had enough abilities to cause him serious harm. On realization, Hawkman employed the help of the Helmet of Fate and used what he learned from Dr. Fate to assist Adam in destroying Sabbac, and in the end, the demon was killed. Adam neglected the throne, claiming Kahndaq should have one who protects it, and not an authoritarian ruler, and as such, called himself the BlackAdam. What do you think about Dr. Fate's sacrifice for Hawkman? Any agreement with the supervillain's claim to the throne? Do you also agree with BlackAdam's new belief? Let's hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.